The inventory extension allows you to assign inventory to a form and manage what happens when the inventory is depleted. Using this extension, you can create a form that automatically goes offline after 100 submissions, for example, or hide a specific selection on your form once its inventory reaches 0. Let's take a look at how to set this up. In this example, we're going to create inventory rules for an event registration form. We've got a limited number of seats available at different prices, and we're going to create a rule for each set of tickets. Go to Settings, Extensions, Inventory Control to open the Inventory Manager. Click New to create a new inventory control item. In its simplest form, we could create a single inventory control item and not specify a rule. This would deduct from our total available inventory on each submission. In this example, though, we're going to create something a little more advanced using two separate inventory control items. The first item we're setting up is for our front row seating. Give the item a name and select the available inventory. Next, enter the quantity to deduct on each submission. We'll leave the conflict error message empty and just go on with the system default. Click Edit Rule and choose where Ticket Type equals front row seating. Click Save to save the rule and then Next to continue. Next, we can choose what action we want to take when the inventory for this item reaches 0. We can take the form offline or redirect to a URL, hide a field on the form, hide a specific field option, or update some default values on the form. For this example, we're going to select Hide Field Option to hide just the front row seating option from our ticket type radio group. Customers will still be able to select the general admission ticket option when front row seating is sold out. On the next screen, select the field we want to update and choose Front Row Seating. This is the option we want to hide when its inventory reaches 0. Next, we can choose an action to take when all of the options in our ticket type field reach 0. In our case, we want to hide the ticket type field since there are no more seats available when the entire field reaches 0. We're also going to set the value of a control field named isSoldOut to true. We'll use that value to show a sold out message to our customers using a dependency, but more on that in a minute. Click Next to continue. On the notification settings screen, we can set up email notification to inform us as we get close to being sold out. For this example, we're going to leave this section blank. The last screen is the inventory commit rule. This is an advanced feature and not covered in this tutorial. Click Finish to save. Now let's add another inventory control item for general admission. This inventory control item is identical to the one we just created, except the rule checks if the general admission ticket type was selected and hides that field option when its inventory reaches 0. You'll notice that the modifications we are making to the general admission items are the same as the previous ones we are making for the front row seating item. Once we're done setting up the inventory control items, click Save, and then save the changes to the form. Now let's launch the live form and run a test submission. We'll select General Admission and submit the form. Close the window and return to the Form Designer. Open the Inventory Manager and note that the available quantity for General Admission has been reduced. Now before we deplete the inventory to show you what happens, let's set up that dependency with the isSoldOut field. If you take a look at the form, there is a hidden field named isSoldOut and its default value is false. Remember, we set up our depleted action rule to set this field's value to true once all the tickets are sold. Let's create a message that we want to display to our users once the inventory is depleted. Insert a new free text heading element at the top of the form and name it Sold Out Message. Click the text property to edit the text, and in the editor, click the template button to use one of the preset templates. Choose the error message template and enter a message to tell the customers that the event is sold out. Next, attach a dependency to this field so it is only shown when the isSoldOut field equals true. Let's also attach a dependency to the Submit button so it is only visible when the isSoldOut does not equal true. This will make it impossible for a customer to hit submit when the inventory is sold out. Click Save to save your changes. Now let's reduce our inventory down to one ticket for each of the ticket types and then test a couple submissions. This way we can quickly see what happens when each ticket level runs out. Click Save to save your changes and launch a live preview of the form. Select Front Row Ticket and submit the form. Now let's close the window and relaunch the form to see what happens. The Front Row Ticket option is no longer displayed. Now select the last remaining general admission field and submit the form. Close the window and reopen the form again. Now we see our error message displayed and the Submit button has been hidden. If we return to the Form Designer, we can see that our available inventory is now at 0 for both of our items. This concludes our tutorial on how to use the Inventory Control extension to add inventory management to your forms.